Alright, what's up, guys? Time for another video. Um, don't get me wrong, I believe to a point that AI, artificial intelligence, is scary and shit people are trying to do, and I do think that's coming. And the self-driving cars, I think, are creepy because they killed people already. They're not perfect, but I'm wondering why the fuck do we even need that shit. But anyway, I was doing this video, the subject matter I'm going to talk about right now is, I'm trying not to laugh about this too, because I got to talk about this. I saw these, I'm really into these top 10 video things, top 10 lists. Well, anyway, this AI, the robot, like the Jimmy Fallon show that was featured on a lot of these YouTube videos with these top 10s, right? Here's my case with this. Call me crazy if you want to. I do believe that the AI thing in a lot of ways is coming and kind of creepy. And I believe that, well, you can write computer code and algorithms and make things loop to make something look like AI and make it look like AI and fool people into thinking it's AI. Anybody that don't know nothing about tech will fall for it in a sense. But, all right, that Jimmy Fallon show thing there. All right, I agree. The things that they did mechanically to make things look human, like a robot mannequin, right? The movements, yeah, that shit is creepy. But that Jimmy Fallon thing, nobody's gonna tell me that shit is AI at all. I believe that, yeah, there's a lot of technology is real, and I believe even a lot of technology we have, governments have had it way before we even got to own it. Everything from cell phones. Don't get me wrong, but there is an aspect of one, fake it till we make it thing. And people like a good show, people like a good scare. And people like to scare people, and people like to do shit like that, put it on TV and fuck with people and see if they fall for it or not. And how the hell do you know that it ain't just some robot mannequin somebody controlling backstage with a remote control? I mean, microphone or in there, microphone in there, or something like that, and the wireless microphone in the backstage. You know what I mean? I'm saying that you can fake that shit. You can go on stage in front of people and get a dang talking mannequin and be sock puppeting that damn thing. Somebody could be sock puppeting that thing with a remote control and a microphone. I'm laughing because I can picture that. People fall for that shit. But yeah, they're faking it till they make it. You can write a thing like that with computer code that just loops if you're a good computer programmer, you know, the same way they wrote the Alexa that will look things up for you on the internet. There's a lot of code that people know how to write to create that. It's all listed in a code, you know, the options in there and written into a computer program. You can get a computer program to keep looping and write a bunch of shitload of possible answers to a question and ask some robot mannequin something. You could do it at a smaller level, you know what I mean, and have it answer a thing or two or whatever. Or I mean, the shit's coming. You got to wonder if some of the AI will be AI or will it be something that mimics AI, that a constant bunch of stuff being put into code, you know. I mean, I can't really profess that, but I could see how it could happen because some of us had a little bit of Visual Basic and different kind of coding in college. You know, you don't have to be good for it, but you can get a code to make something loop. If you can get that, you and me can't do it. I can't do that, but I'm just saying, you can write something in just a code and put the options to have it answer you back. It that driven by a bunch of strings of lines of code, but that doesn't make it AI. But you could fool other people think it's AI, especially the ones that are less tech savvy. And I don't want to sound like an idiot. I mean, but I understand how that shit works to a certain extent, right? And I'm just saying that I don't profess in computer program at all, but I can see how people can do that, and you can take somebody that don't know jack shit about anything and fool them. You know, I mean, it's almost as bad as I don't want to say a bad analogy, but I've to do videos like this later that I've talked in blogs about this. How you can fool somebody. For example, there was an era my mother told me about where this may sound off the subject, but how easy people can be fooled before they realize they've been fooled. My mother said even in her era, even though it was an old trick, the preacher pretending to speak in tongues, pretend to have power, both the black or the white preacher, pointing his finger or doing something like, and somebody getting up out of a wheelchair like they're healed, and everybody be all amazed, and nobody, you don't know this person, and how do you know they were even wheelchair bound to get up out of a wheelchair? Then you'll get a bunch of people you can pay them to swear up and down, oh, I know this person, yeah, he was, he or she was wheelchair bound and all that. But I'm trying to create it as an analogy. What does this have to do with computers and AI? I'm just trying to compare it in a sense that people will go ahead and believe something without questioning it. I mean, in a way you can fake it. And then there is some stuff that doesn't have to do with AI at all. You ever hear the saying all the time, fake it till you make it? You know what I mean? There's a point where people can be almost there. It can be some kind of physical ability, an exercise, I mean, not so far-fetched as the guy that was on a TV talk show in the 70s or 80s pretending to do a karate chop of a big brick. And you ever see that one of them YouTube videos I saw that he had his bricks all set up, and then the brick actually fell down by himself and exposed his plan or whatever the hell. Then yeah, you can. At the same time, this makes me think of these top 10 lists where stuff that's not AI, magical tricks, and don't get me wrong, magic tricks were for entertainment, you know, and but yet there's like other than the magic shows and entertainment aspect, there's shit that's not meant as entertainment trying to tell you something is that ain't, or it ain't yet. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, I believe that they're working on the self-driving cars. You got the self-driving cars that actually killed a bicyclist and people got killed on them, right? But since you got like things like satellites and that, it's probably how much you want to bet it's easier to create a radio-controlled car and run it from miles and miles away, you know, and have like the satellite, you know how you got Google Earth and the satellites where things can follow you, track you by the signal on your phone, and whatever we have on Google Earth, right? We're limited in that, and you know the government can probably watch you real time, like that Steven Seagal movie, Dark Territory, zoom in on you. Like the Judas Priest song, back when Rob Halford was in full studded leather, looking like one of the guys in the Blue Oyster in the Police Academy movie. Remember Hell Yeah, Electric Eye, maybe the greatest song Rob Halford ever did. Love that song. Yeah, it's a prediction of the future, and it's also a prolific song. Even though Rob Halford eventually admitted he was gay or whatever, but still, that was the most prolific song ever because I'm a firm believer that Electric Eye is out there. I mean, that shows, you know, without even that Snowden dude saying stuff. I mean, you got Google Earth, you can look at everything. But you know, we got that as a mechanism itself. You got the government probably got stuff they can follow you in real time with your phone if they want to. But then there is other people pretending, you know. I got a little off the subject, but be pretending shit. Fake it till you make it, you know. Anyway, I'm trying to tell you some things I'm more inclined to believe because of the mechanisms we have now with our cell phones, how people are able to find you with simple devices, and you could even buy simple devices to use and harass people with and locate them, which I saw that on TV news. I'm not going to go on and on about that. I'm more inclined to believe that because I can see, but the AI thing, I kind of believe it, it's coming, but just because some puppet with a puppet or mannequin with a metal armature with a mouth or some. Come on, people can still puppet that thing, sock puppet that thing from backstage with a remote control. Nobody ain't gonna tell me different, you know. I believe they're gonna eventually have that shit, you know. I mean, I'm real into that shit. I'm a sucker for some of that reading and looking about it. I like to look about it and read about it, but at the same time, I'm looking stuff and seeing. You can tell that's fake. You know what I mean?